You never truly know the impact that you have on another. My name is Oliver, and in this video, I will be talking about an eye-opening experience that I had recently in my personal life. I had, and a quick visual description. I'm wearing a black tank top. You can see some of my tattoos. Gray couch behind me. Purple, blue, and pink hair down to one side. And there's a light colored wall behind me. You never know the impact that you have on another. I recently had an experience in art therapy that, okay, so the background, the context information here is still figuring it out, still figuring out the flow of videos. The context information here is that I've been doing art therapy for a while, and that for the past couple of years, my home experience has been very tumultuous. Nope, we're not saying that word today. My home life has been very chaotic and unpredictable. And it has been very challenging emotionally. And for a while in art therapy, I was intentionally not to drink water. In art therapy, I was intentionally not addressing some of those really challenging emotional moments because it didn't feel safe to let myself go into the emotions of them when the external, tangible experience of them was still so challenging. And the external experience has calmed down considerably over the last month and a half-ish. And so we were finally ready to discuss and face the things that I haven't been facing. And so in this art therapy session last week, my art processing method of choice that day was to throw paint at the wall. And we had like a big piece of paper on the wall and on the table to try and protect them from the paint. But just throwing paint at the wall, just letting myself feel whatever I needed to feel, and just releasing it, and just letting that process be whatever it needed to be. And that day, it was very heavy, incredibly challenging experience for me. It was, I ended up crying, and I was experiencing a lot of grief and rage and hurt and betrayal about all of the experiences that I needed to process. And my experience of that day was very challenging. It was very overwhelming. I came home after that and didn't do anything else. I think I fell asleep for 3 hours just from processing so much emotions that day. And when I went back this week, my art therapist was telling me about how that session of mine ended up bringing so much joy to the entire rest of the office. And I never could have fathomed that me allowing myself to take up space, to be seen in younger versions of me would have been so afraid to take up so much space. Younger versions of me would have been so afraid to be loud, to experience my anger and hurt and frustration. So I have dissociative disorder. or a dissociative experience. It's not quite so much a disorder anymore, but at times dissociation has been disordering and disabling in my life. That feels like a good way to say that. And I remember previously being so unable to sit with my emotions, especially the emotions in the anger family, because they felt so intense and because I was so afraid of hurting other people, that I told a previous mental health professional that I was working with that I didn't remember ever experiencing anger, like, as an adult. Like, I knew that statistically, that it was impossible to live into adulthood and never be angry, but that I could not remember a single time that I was ever angry because it was so intense and I had dissociated from it so strongly. And so for me to have this experience of being so willing and so courageously able, oh, I'm hungry, being so courageously able to face all of this anger and hurt and betrayal wounds that I was experiencing that needed to come out, and just letting myself take up so much space of like throwing the paint at this wall and crying in front of another person who knows exactly why I'm crying and like where I wasn't trying to hide anything and whatnot. That was such a transformative moment for me, but it was also such a challenging moment for me. Like, I truly felt all of the grief and all of the rage and all of the sadness and the hurt in that moment, in that session. And it was an intense experience. And I never would have guessed that that my experience of that would have, like, I never could have fathomed that something that I did could cause so much joy for other people, especially not something that was like so challenging for me, something that was so raw for me to show up in. And the lessons that I've learned from this, that I continue learning in different ways, is one of them is the first one is that me allowing myself to show up in my authenticity, completely embracing my human experience and the human that I am being in that experience, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of the emotions attached to it, me allowing myself to completely embrace my human and allowing myself to take up space even when it's uncomfortable is beneficial for other people as well. Like, it kind of reminds me of how when in physical therapy, I might have mentioned this on the channel already, but it kind of reminds me about how when I was in physical therapy, that I not only became known as the like very opinionated person, I also became the go-to patient sort of for bringing in, for like when interns would come in or whatever, to have them work with us, because of knowing that I would be a good person to be able to give them like objective feedback and be able to give them, like, be honest about my experience, about like what was working for me and what wasn't working for me and what I needed to change, in a way that was just sharing information and not attacking them. It kind of, this realization of like, holy crap, that moment where I was taking up so much space and just feeling everything as intensely as I was feeling it, benefited other people in like a genuine way, like not at the expense of anyone, but like in a genuine way benefited other people, I mean, I have been the person who, as a friend so lovingly told me when I needed to hear it, I love that I have friends that tell me the things that I need to hear, even if I might not want to. He so lovingly told me that in the past, being invisible has been my comfort zone. And like I even here, let's see if I can. I even have a tattoo of eyes because of like needing a reminder that I was safe to be seen, and that feels like a lesson that I am learning over and over again in different ways, that I am safe to take up space, that I am safe to be seen, that it is a benefit, a genuine benefit for me to take up space, not just for myself, but for others. That it is a genuine benefit for me to be fully present in even in the challenging emotions, maybe especially in the challenging emotions, without judgment, like without making those emotions or myself for experiencing them bad or wrong, no matter how intense or sometimes painful they are. And it's made my life so much fuller. Like, it's made my life 11:55 in the recording time. Thank you for that. It's made my life, how do I want to say this? It's made me feel so much more alive in my life because of learning to let myself take up this space, and learning that it's okay that people are mad at me or that they don't like something that I did. Learning that me taking up my genuine, as much space as I need to take up unapologetically, like learning that me allowing myself to take up that space in whatever way that I need to or choose to is not only something to be avoided, but it's also not something that is hurtful necessarily. And like, people can be hurt by the way that I'm taking up space. I'm not saying that, but it's not inherently causing harm to people by me taking up space. And so far, all of the evidence that I've seen in recent years in these various different examples of me taking up space is that me allowing myself to take the space that I need and that I feel comfortable in, or yeah, that me allowing myself to take up the space that I need to without apologizing for it is genuinely a benefit, like genuinely helpful, genuinely beneficial, genuinely healing to not just me, but to others around me, even in ways that I could never have expected. Like, I never could have expected that me having such a grief, rage, hurt-filled experience being expressed in paint splattered on the wall, I never could have expected that would bring genuine joy to other people. And so it's like I keep just learning about, it feels very like healing and very forgiving of my past selves, of allowing myself to take up space in this way and allowing myself to not shrink away from the confrontations, allowing my even just confrontations with myself, like that art therapy session felt like a confrontation. It felt very intense. My body was very very overstimulated from it. I came home and slept, and didn't do a single other thing that day because there was so much going on. But, like, the more that I keep letting myself be seen, the more that I learn to let go of the fear of being seen, of being perceived, of being fucking human, the better my life gets in sometimes surprising ways. And that is like, I think I just hit my point. I I know I've mentioned this before where it's like I'm talking and I'm on a roll and then all of a sudden I just like, nope, done now. Yep, definitely, we're done now. So, hopefully that was helpful for you. It was enjoyable and helpful for me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if how you're taking up space, or let me know in the comments how the benefits that you have. Oh, look at my hair in this light, it's really pretty. ADHD. Let me know in the comments if the benefits of you allowing yourself to be seen, and ways that surprised you. Or, if you just have anything. I'm just getting distracted by my hair and this light now, honestly. I've never, I never would have expected that I like pastel colors, and these weren't intentionally pastel, they're just fading, but it is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Thank you for watching. It's so pretty, I'm gonna die. Like a true millennial, I think in memes and pictures and movies and song lyrics all the time. Okay, back on track. Thank you for this laughter. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that wherever you are nourishing and replenishing yourself. I hope that you are nourishing and replenishing your community if you have anything left to give. I hope that you are allowing your community to nourish and replenish you as well, because you are worthy, you are enough, and you are loved. I promise. Thank you so much for watching.